That's a grand finals right there. That's a grand finals pick.
His axe is alright, you know? It's better than like the Weaver axe.
Deepest thanks.
Are you ready?
I mean, well, this hero, yeah, so I'm a level 25 Void at a terrible MMR, but I can confirm this hero is legitimately one of the worst carries in the game. This hero is absolutely terrible. I don't know what they're doing. I'm ready to be blown away, but I have no idea how they're going to make a Faceless Void work in 2021.
Yeah, this, you know, they have Void Spirit, they have Faceless Avoid, which people didn't tend to pick it at all. I believe this is the first showing of the hero, and might be the last one, considering what they have. They have 0 damage inside the Chronosphere as well.
Maybe just trying to put a bit into to try and get the hero buff for the next patch, so I can appreciate that from Mike.
That's one way of thinking.
You are learned in the way. 30 seconds to battle.
Thank you very much. But of course, very excited to see this. As the panel touched upon, if you're picking Faceless Void in this position, you must have something phenomenal in mind.
Either that, or you're running out of options. Like, maybe just fall back. But as you said, you know, he's the golden tier, Faceless Void, so maybe he wants him, like, I invested so much time in grinding, I want this hero to have a buff in the next patch. That's how you do it.
Yep. Pull it out in the grand final. I mean, it's incredibly hyped to see. Is of course going to have the potential to get a nice axe down the line from JT. And the Void axe, it's definitely good. It's definitely worth it. Probably not going to necessarily be higher up the list than Emo's though. The Void Spirit axe, definitely the usual reason why you're drafting it out, and the Void Spirit in the same lineup. We'll see. You know, for Faceless Void, one of the things that kind of can make him work is if you have that insane combo with the Chronosphere. The problem is this game, IG, they just don't really have that, right?
Yeah,
Chrono,
they have
Chrono
Acid
into what?
Spray, Chrono into like Finger, Earth Spike, that's it. The good thing is they don't have any like real counterplay to the Chrono. There is a Roar, but you don't have that like Wyvern, you don't have Shadow Demon, you don't have an Oracle, any kind of saves coming inside the Chronosphere. So every single time the Chrono is up, they should be able to get a kill. Even though, as you said, like they have 1, 2, 3, 4 melee heroes.
Tranquilly.
And sort of overall, looking at EG's lineup, what do you like so much about what EG's bringing here?
Because they have such a great setup for Ancient Apparition. They have heroes that can invade the enemy jungle, something that, you know, Alchemist wants to be, let's say, 7 to 11 minutes where he's farming the Alchemist. They have pretty much the best heroes. You have Hawk scouting things out. You have Earth Spirit, who's one of the best heroes to just rotate over the map. Storm Spirit on top of that. Like, such a good setup for Ancient Apparition. I don't think Fly should be able to miss a single Ice Blast this time around.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely no excuses for missing that this game. And some heroes that aren't going to really have the greatest of chances to get hit by that blast. In particular. And with the lane setups here, I mean, who's getting the edge with these lanes?
Yeah, this Faceless Void, he's not going to get too much out of the bottom lane. He might be dead if he does not body block.
Bloodbright's down. Bloodbright. Be okay. Let's have a South ready in the lane.
This is a bit problematic. You know, they hit level 2 before you. They are using the healing salve, always sitting at half HP. So Bloodseeker will be very speedy. He can easily trade. with the Faceless Void gets close, you see very of that silence coming out, the good zoning tool, and yeah, this on top of that. So whenever you have Bloodseeker in your team, you want to be able to, you also want to play aggressive on all your other lanes. Not sure why they decided to just lane Faceless Void on the bottom instead of the top.
Maybe just wanting to avoid the Beastmaster lane. So that's not a huge amount of fun for Void to lane into.
Void has 4 CS, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not like he's doing any better down bottom. This is a pretty miserable start here for Fly, really struggling to do anything against the Bloodseeker AA combo of Artesian Fly.
He's just being completely zoned out. Look at the aggression. Easy. He's like, I don't give a damn about CS.
Top lane, Crit coming in with a nice kick there, getting Eyesight back to safety. With the ball, Crit, he's able to turn and get first blood. Some smooth moves already here from Crit on his Earth Spirit.
This game already looking really, really good for EG. Mid lane, pretty even. Abed, you know, it's Abed Storm Spirit. Like, you need to be very careful about it. Emo has a bottle, but let's see if they decide to TP to the mid lane. Yeah, there it is. Kaka just gonna TP, refill the bottle.
Bottom lane, Fly.
Zoning blood, right?
Consistently getting zoned. They've already been through at least 2 salves here on the bottom lane to keep Fly on the map. It's getting nothing at all from down here. 7 CS against the 14 and 6 of Arteezy. It's going to be a slow start for the Void. A hero that, as we've been talking about before, you need a lot. If you're going to make the Faceless Void work, you need a lot of items. This hero does not do much with 1 or 2.
Yeah, compared to other carries, one of the reasons like he's not picked is like, even in this heavy like farm meta where every carry pretty much wants to get a Battle Fury, Faceless Void still can't really just fight Battle Fury like a BKB. Still needs like an extra item to be able to deal the damage. 4-minute rune.
Down at the bottom, Abed. He's not going to be able to grab this. Able to head down in time with the backup of volley. Control.
They need to swap things around. Like Faceless Void, he is, I'm not gonna say win condition, because first Ags will probably gonna go to Void Spirit. It just sounds much better, you know, having that stats, Void Spirit can go in, having AoE silence is just gonna be great against some of the heroes, especially the Storm Spirit. But they need to either bring up one hero to the bottom or just swap a lane. Because right now he has 8 CS, 9, while Arteezy has 19, 20.
Well, you just feel that there's no way that you can make this work if you're sacking the Void in the laning slot.
Yeah, it's just gonna be so hard. He might get that, you know, Aghanim Scepter, second act should belong to Faceless Void to have that AoE bash with the Time Walk. Bounty runes. Molly, also stacking.
See up top. Crit, still able to pick it up despite IG's attempts to stop it with the stuns. Now with the silence, into the slow onto the 2 and Crit nice outside. They're just going to battle down the 2 of them. They bring down Kaka, they're going to be able to get JT as well as EG. Take down both. Top lane getting kills like this going perfectly for EG. Bottom lane just completely slowing down. Void starts the match. And in the mid lane, I mean, that's the only lane really where IG, they're able to do something. Yeah, keeping up with Arben.
Exactly, they're doing at least something in this lane. Both side lanes not doing that well. Earth Spirit, like this is something that you don't expect. Earth Spirit for 1-1-1 build, so you have this silence. It's a 2-second silence rate. He might even try to go on a mid lane. There's also 2 urn charges, so he can TP to the mid lane. Let's see where they decide to make a move, because both of them are in the base right now.
I'm over here.
Bottom lane, Fly. Got to be very careful if that is going to be the lane that the main moves on towards. Maybe for now, Abed just returning towards the mid lane. Crit is up, so be down bottom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's be able to grab that. Kaka will stop him from being able to turn and get aggressive onto Emo.
They don't have enough damage.
He wants to go for Kaka. He knows that Kaka spells are on cooldown. If he can punish it, there's very little Emo can do to keep Abed off as Abed reads the situation perfectly. Knows that he can't get punished for getting in aggressively. Able to turn towards Emo. Emo may be able to take him down. He does have 8 stick charges. Be enough to zip away. Emo already using the remnant, nothing else to grab our bed.
In a second. It's like he knows, like he's actually counting.
Dire's top tower.
Emo's underneath the tower.
Abed's still got a Fairy Fire. He's still got a Fairy Fire to play with. Plus the Fairy Fire and the stick charges, Emo's got to get out of it.
Crit rotating, but a bit too late. I think he had enough time if he hit himself to actually TP to the mid lane, try to help Abed, but maybe Abed was just saying, I don't need the help. I got this.
Textbook showing of Abed knowing his limits perfectly on this hero.
I thank you.
Top lane,
Dire's middle
XT.
tower is under attack.
Gotta be a bit careful
No
now.
gale
ISO
can
size
stop the
6, he's got the
flames.
raw. Crit's ever in position. Can make a go onto JT.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Before he hits level
It
6.
shall encroach no
They
more.
just brought a Lion on the bottom. I don't think they cared too much about him. Like, Bloodseeker's very tanky. His armor is super high, especially when sitting near the tower. It's 12, so you don't really feel those right-click damage. Faceless Void will need some more XP to hit level 5. You can see the rotation. Abed's ready there.
Bring him a blind finder over here. The ball takes straight out in the blood run. Blind will get a jump onto the side, but Abed's still with mana to go. The opponent shield comes down and blind fight. Not enough to save him.
Under attack.
As the boy gets taken down, Abed once again, game 2, coming in with the perfect moves to the side lane.
Abed's very active. He understands that
Losing its
I can
foundation.
TP to the side lane. I'm not gonna lose too much out of the mid lane. I'm also the one who's getting those kills and kill the Kaka. And they don't have enough tower damage. Like, if that was a VP on a mid lane instead of Void Spirit, that's like very punishable. You're probably gonna lose the tower top lane roar.
JT, he's popped the chemical ray. Damage with his summons. Bringing him very, very low. Emo will TP over. JT still just dying here to the Necro book, as JT's going to end up walking back in range of Ice. A few more hits. JT, can they save him? Jump over with the Renner. Ice is able to get over, but Kaka's turned up as well. They will manage to keep JT safe. Crit tries to roll in, gets a combo onto the two of them. Kaka still getting beat down by the board. Crit will be able to find the kill return.
Boris, he gets the last hit. So Ice, nothing too valued. Slaughter, they also force a rotation. Abed just playing between tier 1 and tier 2 tower right now. He knows, like, the biggest threat is pretty much Lion. So if Lion is off the map, he can feel pretty safe.
Dire's middle tower is under
Lane
attack.
Arteezy's now got the 6, so
Can stop the
Wi-Fi has to be careful. They move they made with backup top lane Emo. Okay, no raw still for 30 seconds. JT now sticking away from the lane completely. Ahmed still aggressive here, looking for moves in the mid lane bottom. Crit comes in with a rotation, and it's the +1. That's all that's needed there for Arteezy to be able to take down Fly.
Fly, man, he's struggling. For people who are just tuning in, this is not a position 5. Faceless Void, he's just struggling. Like, they completely dominated that lane. Arteezy, like, he's staying almost double to net with at the moment. He's going in the Maelstrom.
Look at him over here. He's taking some stats and he's taking some kills. Here I am. Zemo will jump over Abed, immediately keeping out with the Brendan is there. Abed will get punished.
He tried to go for a very greedy play. He gets a kill, tries to take the stack.
Dire's
Pretty much
top
Stormtrooper
tower
is
is
the best
under
one.
attack.
So I expect them to try to invade this stack. They see it's pretty big. This is where
Dire's
Alchemist
top
is going to farm his
tower has
Alchemist.
been lost to war.
Crit. Get over here around the Eminent Rune spawn. Kaka's able to turn. Set up, they've got the lockdown. Crit won't be able to interrupt the bounty rune being taken. And IG will punish him.
Radiant's middle tower is losing
Ice having a
its
much better game
foundation.
than in the previous one. Like, he's super farm, staying near the top of the network. Has a book to speed, getting closer to book 2. Like, he's just gonna be the one dominating the top part of the map. But I also want to see him, like, possibly rotate and invade that triangle. Try to steal some stacks from the Alchemist.
Alchemist a bit missed. Wi-Fi does have the 6. Open up for the Chrono onto Ahmed. They have the damage to the finger. Bring him like they've got it. Now Arteezy looking for the counterplay though. Blood Right's down there. Break down Fly in return. Arteezy trying to charge over towards Kaka. Emo jumps in as well, over from the side. Ice bringing the boards in. Kaka getting a slow crit. Catching them there with the rock. Silence and slow. They bring down Kaka. Raw sets up onto Ollie. They may have lost Abed, but EG hit back to take way more from IG.
EG, they just bring the numbers. JD's not the one who wants to join the fight. He wants to be able to farm that Aghanim Scepter, but with EG, they're making all the right moves. Abed getting the hits. He took the finger, he took one for the team. That's their damage. Like, this is their damage inside the corner. It was very close.
This is going to be able to jump. Part of he's gone. As soon as he's back in the game, he's out of it.
He's level 6. As a carry, 11 minutes in. They were giving tomes easy in the previous game. Maybe they need to start doing the same thing for Faceless Void, because he's seriously underleveled.
He's going to have such a tough game. Top lane Abed. Found JT. Fine timing for Ice to bring the army over. JT looking pretty dead here. No escape for the Alchemist. Another kill from EG. 13-4 now.
And
Crit was getting gone up, but he's able to make it away. Kaka not able to get the grab in time.
So a lot of time wasted. They managed to kill Alchemist twice. He's not involved in any of the kills. Sometimes we see Alchemist being aggressive early on because there's a ton of damage. You know, Acid Spray combined with something. Most of the time it's like Tusk, a lot of right clicks, unstable concoction. Like you get a kill, you get a 2 kills, then you clear the stacks. You have that Aghanim Scepter on time. He still needs to farm 1600 gold to actually be able to farm the first Ags.
One of those record-breaking times that we've seen from some of these solo lane alks with the way that he has dealt with them a couple of times. But getting very close to the Orchid. The Magi and the recipe that Soul's needed. RTZ Maelstrom done. His farm now going to continue at a pace that's going to be very hard for Flyfly to keep up with, as RTZ currently doubling the net worth.
He does not have
Bottom
farming
tower
like
is under attack.
one phase of
There
support,
is little
while
it can
Arteezy
do.
has Maelstrom, so it's just going to keep getting worse for him.
Dyer's
Well,
top
that's Chrono
tower is
again in
under
20
attack.
seconds. I feel
It
like
fights for
if
its
you are
life.
check.
you've got to use Chrono
Yeah.
off cooldown.
Check this triangle.
Get
You
back
know,
in.
he's inside the triangles. Not gonna say
Radiant's
stealing, but
bottom
taking
tower
away
is
some
under
CS
attack.
from
There is
JT,
little it
because
can
he needs
do.
to recover as well. But this also means that Aghanim Scepter will be delayed.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's top tower is feeling its mortality.
Pressure from bottom tier 1. G, with the strength that they have, they will not be afraid of defending. Very strong right now.
They also have very limited tower damage. These heroes inside of IG, they can't see. Flash coming in.
Set up there, straight over they go towards Emo. Silence down as Ollie's not quite 6 yet. Ollie will fall. Emo onto the side, trying to escape, but they got any more damage to get him. He's going to fall underneath. Pressure on his Ice gets the last bit of damage, takes him out. EG just letting nothing get past them here in game 2.
They're just in full control of this game. Like when they take a fight near like Roche mid, they could easily transition that into Roche kill with the Beastmaster, or as maxed out the board Necro units. It's just more than enough to take them down. So next time they probably take a fight, it's just gonna be a Roche. They're also dewarding with the Necro units. Like Necro is just such a busted and a strong item overall. One of the strongest one in this patch for sure. Abed
Dyer's
has
bottom tower
Orchid
is
coming
under
to him,
attack.
plus Case Rune in the bottle.
Once that Orchid's done, this game is... It's already, of course, been incredibly hard for Flyfly. 0-4-1. With the Orchid in play, he's got to pretty much hope that Ollie's always by his side. Otherwise, Arthur will have no trouble with us taking down Flyfly solo.
Lion still holding a tome. He just gave it to Abaddon. Abaddon is also level 5. 15 minutes in, they smoke. They have the Aghanim Scepter complete. He gives it the Void Spirit, of course. AoE Silence, 2 charges. They need to make stuff happen right now. Like, they need to get some kind of, like, multiple kills. Crit. And he'll gladly take that one. He stopped his finger. He was like, trying to, you know, cast it, but was afraid that he might get out, actually, with the Rolling Boulder.
Anything to chance? Fly. About 700 off the Maelstrom. Meanwhile, Arteezy, maybe he's going to be pretty much done on top of his Maelstrom at the same time that Fly finishes his Maelstrom. Arteezy close to a full item ahead. Fly.
This time around, he's also going for BKB. Beastmaster, after finishing the Necro 3, doesn't care too much about any of the spells other than the Chronosphere.
Dyer's
They
bottom
have
tower
nothing
is under
else. He
attack.
wants to be able
It
to
may
deal with the
have
silence.
fortified their groves.
Ollie,
Let's have 6, so he'll have some time to buy himself quick borrowed time. Of course, the rest of IG, they'll let him go. As they see an opportunity for a Chronosphere, Flyfly is around.
Coach no more.
Volley gone, IG will retreat.
Radiant's top tower is
JT
under
going
attack.
for second Aghanim Scepter. He was thinking, do I need a Blink Dagger? Do I get the Axe here?
The combo crit!
silence.
Flyfly gets a setup snag! Flyfly falls in an instant! As EG, they'll clean up Kaka. Emo's trying to bring down Arbed with him. A concoction flies over. Arbed does get stunned up. They'll get the trade onto the Storm Spirit crit. Was having to be a bit careful, but Ice is coming into the backup, and he's got a roar at the ready. Force JT, the Necro books out, and they bring down the Alchemist. They'll take down 3.
It's just so much. Abaddon already used his Aphotic Shield. ISSI sees that it came out, goes in, uses the Roar on Alchemist to shut him down. Once again, this is the third death for JT. Man, Harmless Void, he's not really having a good time. Like, he's level 8, does not have a single item pretty much. 17 minutes in. This is a good kill, you know. They rely so much on Void Spirit to actually be able to do stuff. They gave Tome of Knowledge to Void Spirit, because first it was Lion holding it, then he gave it to Abba. Abba's like, I'm fine, you know, I just got level 6.
At least for IG able to take down Arbed in that fight. Other than that, game just not getting any easier for Fly. Maelstrom is done. Still so much catching up to do. It's all their value and net worth, of course, with the Axe going over as well. Really resting on Emo. Emo, he has to have a perfect game really to hold them in on this one, IG.
It's just gonna get worse for them. Like, Faceless Void is not gonna feel comfortable going in. He needs a BKB. Even when he gets a BKB, I just want to see if that's gonna be his next item, because he needs to be able to protect them against the silences. They still have AA Blast, they still have Roar. Dire using a scan inside of it. They know something is up. Chronosphere is up. We've seen one Chrono, right?
Just the one. The one so far in the mid lane. Not being able to find a chance to use it again. They are coming over him. Roshan not quite taken out. EG there prepared for this. They're backing off, smoking up themselves. Prepare for the attempt from IG and JT. Having a target here. Hawks are out. ISSI setting up the vision. Emo moving over to the backlash. Crit's going to roll over the wall. Just get blocked on. Blocked down. He getting caught by Arteezy. Commits over the wall. Emo moving out immediately, but Arbed in. Grabs him with the vortex. Stops the escape from the Void Spirit. Only falls as the borrowed time comes to an end. See Crit and ISSI. They even seem they can chase down for more. They know that JT still around it. Crit, he's in. Knows exactly where JT is. Slow, ISSI has the Roar at the ready. There's no escape. JT and EG now take the 3 of them down.
Is losing its
Yeah, that was
foundation.
such good, rotation. They use the smoke, they get out of the pit, they understand, they are coming. They also use the scan, so they probably know something is up. Crit, they're sitting behind the scenes, breaking also the smoke going in. Like, Abed is so careful. Like, you can see that he did not want to go in until Rupture was used, and then like, yeah, we'll kill the Void Spirit, we'll kill him. There's not going to be enough damage. If we take down Void Spirit, this is where most of the damage is from. Faceless Void, after getting the Maelstrom, going for a BKB, I can understand. Let's see if he can, get that Aghanim Scepter on time. But still, he's never gonna feel comfortable playing into Rupture, into Roar, into AA Blast. It's just not good of a Faceless Void game.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading
Water up there,
fast.
quickly pinged out. The IG preparing around the area.
Money.
Room ready for the next fight.
You have the best Aegis carrier in the game.
Radiant's
So pretty much always
bottom tower is
gets
under attack.
the same item build.
Radiant's
Orchid Rush, and
structures
he
are
gets Arcane
fortified.
Boots to have a bit more mana into BKB. AA Blast misses.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is a Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Back a couple of TPs. G bringing in the mid lane. He's down towards the one. They want to try and get Fly. They show like a couple of heroes mid, Crit and Arteezy. They'll start setting up the box. Fly. He's been ruptured. He's going to go for the TP and the Crit. He's in. He's got the ult from the stun to the escape. Fly. And they'll go down yet again.
He was thinking about using that Chronosphere. Like, Crit missed the Roar, but has a Yule Scepter to cancel the DP. Such a nice move from EG. EG, they're just completely dominating this game. Moving around the map, they have a BKB on a Beastmaster. AA, he was saving some money, bought a shard. A good shard. Like, this allows Ancient Apparition to possibly even farm and push creep waves, 40 DPS, and the attack speed reduced by 20.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Down 7 to 23, down 7k. They've really had to look for some sort of big, crazy smoke-up play around a Chronosphere, but as we said at the start, it's just, even if they do land that Chrono,
Where's the follow-up?
I mean, they have a finger, that's it, right?
Finger.
That's one hero gone, maybe, at best.
Radiant.
Dire's middle tower
Scan.
is learning
Abed
to
does not feel
fear.
comfortable. We thought maybe Lion is hiding in the trees. Lion has a blink dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to get the good initiation.
Here we go. On the side, they can jump onto RTZ. RTZ getting low. Never catch RTZ. Does he have the damage? Someone up the engine. RTZ is still alive. He's able to walk it off. Fly goes down. That was it. That was the chrono. Nothing happened. RTZ finally falls, but it's going to be EG with the cleanup as Emo is going to go down. They'll lose 3 on IG.
They used everything. Like, they used everything. That Chronosphere, we talked about how they don't have enough damage inside of it, and we can see why. Like, Faceless Void just does not deal enough damage at the moment. There's no real follow-up. They try to burst him down. Arteezy super tanky, ton of armor, 21, has some stamina resistance with that casual sign, which will turn into SNY. The rest of the team just comes in and cleans them up.
Dire structures are fortified.
It's tough. It's a very tough game here for IG. They'll have that chrono ready to go again in just a short time of 2 minutes.
Aghanim Scepter now completed on Faceless Void. He didn't farm the gold. It was Alchemist who actually gave it to him.
See again. I mean, Arteezy, of course, does eventually go down, but so much having to be used to kill Arteezy at this point. And that was even catching him in the chrono when he was as low as he was.
It's just that Faceless Void does not have attack speed. There's no Mask of Madness on anything. He's really struggling. You can feel that he's a bit more tanky right now because of that axe. Stats are really good.
And the axe, because it will speed up his run. Fly able to hop around the map, clean up the waves, the camps as he jumps into them. The AoE bashes. It's a lot of time. There's still many items that are going to be any sort of considerable threat on his own. He comes in with the Chronosphere. Zip it, and he's on the hunt. He's actually found it. Arbed hunting through the tree line, catches Emo. And there's just no hiding. There is no hiding from Arbed.
Straight into silence. They're not overlapping any of their abilities. Pretty much, like, man, Prince has been amazing this game. He's been involved in 21 out of 27 kills, all over the place. You know, like, any player is super bad when he has more than 3 earned charges, or the game is going so well that he does not even need to use it. He has 9 earned charges. You know, that's how dominant they are.
It's 250. I mean, this is what happens when he ever gets their hands on that crit spirit in the first few picks. Pretty sure we've just seen him have it. Perfect games every time. Every time he's got his Earth Spirit Stormer.
There's a TP on the ground in the river near the mid. No one wants to touch that. After seeing what happened to Puppy, after picking up the bottle, they're like, nah, we're good.
Rip. Start things off there onto Ollie. JT and Flyfly will look to get out of it. They're on the run. JT, Kaka and Flyfly, they don't want to take the fire. Kaka, GP's still on cooldown, so he won't make it away.
Crit, chasing Abaddon.
Ollie, going for the TP out. They've got ways to cancel it though as Crit. Rolling Boulder back up and available. 2 more kills for EG. 29 to 8. The killing just never stopping this game.
Alchemist now needs to farm an item for himself. Abed
Just
jumps
got
in.
straight in onto Flyfly. Gonna zip it, will get caught up by the contention. Back up there for RTZ. Flyfly is dead. JT as well. Icebox coming in. It's not even needed. RTZ taking them both down.
After seeing that GG out a bit, like early in the previous game, I would not be surprised if they like take one more fight, especially if EG takes the roast before that, where they understand like you can't do anything in this game. Because it looks pretty over, you know, 15k gold lead is just EG who's all over the map, making the right moves, maneuverable heroes. The space where IG can farm is non-existent. Like, they can farm pretty much whatever comes from their towers right now. They're gonna go in. They're gonna get those barracks. 6 seconds until Faceless Void respawns.
We'll have Chronosphere when he's back up.
Stand on a knife edge. Middle
Rack's
barracks
gone.
have
Nothing
seen
IG can do to
their
push back
last.
EG.
Radiant's bottom
17k
tower
lead.
is fading fast.
RTZ well on the way to his Abyssal. Flyfly still struggling to get the BKB finish. Be able to have it for the next fight.
Probably. Still needs to farm quite a lot of gold. Next Roche may respawn in 2 seconds. Let's see if it's gonna be a longer respawn timer. EG should have the Roche, like, but you know, IG does not want to give them that. It's gonna be a minute and 20 seconds. If they give them Roche, Cheese, and Aegis on both cores, they're just not gonna have enough damage because they need to play around the cooldown, the Chronosphere. 160 seconds is just a bit too high and very punishable.
Themselves completely surrounding Flyfly. Sure, Flyfly is able to farm. There it is. KB's done. Flyfly will have now a bit of a better chance of jumping in, getting the chrono off. I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, though.
Okay, Alchemist, Efron, Shard, Berserker Potion, so they have a spell mechanic, which is okay. Get the spell
Tower is under attack.
Soften the spell. Things on silences, which is really nice. Also Lincoln Sphere on Void Spirit.
Commits to the BKB, don't know what's coming down the outside. Full land onto Flyfly's Karma goes down. Flies back immediately. They chase it on the front. Spot the BKB, the chrono wants to stop it. He got the ball. The wall's there. Flyfly's dead.
They might call it.
I think they will.
Oh man, Chronosphere on 2 boards in the end. Like, man, Abed, he understands. I jump flying. They don't have enough damage. Like, I go on top of them. Even if I get caught by the Chronosphere, they will not have enough damage to kill me. Earthbed is the one who's controlling the baton. There's some really, really good showing from EG. This game was so one-sided.
I mean, as a Void player, I appreciate Flyfly's bid at trying to get Void buff, but doing it in a grand finals, this is a bit of a risky game to do it in. I don't think we're going to be seeing Void again in this grand final series.
For sure not. Like, I think they kind of ran out of options. You know,